Good afternoon, class. My name is Teresa Luna. As we get started, I want you all to close your eyes. I want you to imagine that you're in the worst environmental conditions. For some of you, that would be the hot, humid southern weather, and for others of you, it might be in the below zero snow. But while you're in boot camp, you get blisters on your feet from how long you actually wear your work boots climbing up hills and through the mountains and the desert, and the chafing of your skin from the sweat and constant rubbing of materials against it, causing abrasions. I want you to imagine every day that you wake up at 5:30 in the morning. You skip out on coffee because you don't know if your sergeant's going to have you run a 5-mile. It's 6 o'clock, and you better be on time and ready to work. The sergeant might send you to a weight room where you must lift and lift some more just to make the cut. There's a high chance that he'll do intervals where you climb walls, you do push-ups, burpees, jumping jacks, and you do this for 2 hours straight. But after this 2-hour mark, you are told that you have 1 hour, and in that hour you must eat, drink, hydrate yourself, and be back downstairs by 9. Some days it's just training, and the training takes up in places of the dry desert heat to the top of the Appalachian Mountains. These trained military men and women, they wake up every day, training for the country, the red, white, and blue. And they complain, I'm sure, but for the most part, they do it for a grateful heart and a lower salary. Most military men and women come out of the military without a job. I believe if they come out of the service without getting some type of dishonorable discharge, that they should acquire a high-paying job. Their skill sets are very arduous, and they would make a civilian look a little bit lower compared to the actual amount that they deal with. I want you guys to learn a little bit about In-N-Out. In-N-Out is actually a fast food industry for burgers in California, which is very popular. Something that intrigues me about these workers is how quick they are. They just know all of their stuff. They can go to each section and know exactly how to cook, how to manage, how to do all these things. And according to USA Today, In-N-Out workers start at $13 an hour and work their way up to $160,000-ish in salary without a college degree, which is unfathomable to me because I'm a nursing student and that just sounds unreasonable. But anyways, to be honest, I feel that yes, the fast food is not going to ever go away, and it's no secret that the market has gone up as far as fast food chains. But other than obtaining customer service skills, according to PayScale, they say that fast food workers also are sales associates, food service workers, they're managing the actual location they're at, they're cashiers, computer programmers, and cooks. But my question is, why do these people and these workers with no college degrees get so much more pay than the military? So I want to talk to you about the military pay rate and benefits. So unfortunately, many military veterans return from combat, even trainings, let alone without being deployed, and they suffer from PTSD. This also disables physical injuries, and few, if any, are marketable transferable skills. Often they can't find or keep jobs, and they have no salary to support their families, and they end up facing a high foreclosure rate, and they also have a lack of support services and they have social isolation after discharge, also contributing to them actually becoming homeless. I feel if more industries were hiring these soldiers or these people that are in the service with these job sets, then they would actually be able to gain a better pay raise and not be homeless. I want to talk about my fiance. He's actually in the service, and he just finished last week with a manipulation of radio waves to operate high-frequency radios and establish communications through trees. Yeah. I don't understand it either. But it's not every day that you actually hear something like that. Basically, this is a skill that leads to like satellite dishes for communication. But something that we found out through communication is the GI Bill. The GI Bill actually helps us in so many ways by paying for both of our schoolings when we get married. Well, him separate from me, but when we get married. And that means that he won't be a statistic that ends up homeless. Come to find out, the last year of his service is actually mandatory for him and his unit to go through PTSD trainings and help them become more civilized. His annual income actually is only $27,000 without tax deductions, and hopefully when we get married and with a combined income towards the end of us, both him being a cop and me going to be a nurse, we're going to make enough to not be part of that foreclosure rate as well. Last but not least, I just want to say I believe it's highly important for all the civilians of the United States to be activists in trying to support our troops, whether you're pro-war, pro-guns, pro-anything, or not. They deserve the help that they need to get through everyday life just like we do. Thank you and have a good night.